Let me tell you about my first time at the mosque. Well, it wasn't this one, but you get the picture. Let's just jump right into the story time. So, when I was going to the mosque, I was nervous. Like, I was very nervous. Like, my heart was whole day because, as I said, I go to lectures. And these lectures are at a certain time. You know, if you just go to the mosque for a prayer to see what it's like, what is it like, what is the mosque like, you know, you can go at any time. But, you know, mine's at a certain time. It was on like a Monday at 7 p.m. I had work that day. So I'm like, I'm going to go. You know what? I'm going to do it. You know, I'm going to make that drive because it's kind of far away. And I'm going to go. And it's a big Texas-sized Dallas mosque. I'm like, I'm going to go. And the reason I'm scared, because it's not like I'm going to get killed or anything. I thought like I would be like an outcast or like I wouldn't be normal there, you know? And I'm just not no nervous guy, you know? Like I feel like I belong anywhere. Like I'm a cool guy, you know? I think I'm a cool guy at least. But, so I was nervous. I'm like, you know, like they probably ain't, like it probably is not no one who looks like me in there. It's probably not no black people. It's probably not no mixed people that are mixed with black and white, you know? It's probably not going to be any Christians. Most definitely it's probably not going to be any Christians. So like, it's not gonna be anyone like me. So I was like, just nervous, you know, just off that. I wasn't really nervous like, oh, Jesus is watching me go to the mosque. Like, I betrayed him or nothing like that. I was just like, or like, these people are gonna kill me. Maybe I was, nah, that's it. But yeah, I was nervous my whole way on the way to the mosque for those reasons. And finally I get to the mosque, you know, I don't really know where to go because it's a big mosque, a pretty big mosque, you know. Texas, Dallas area mosque. It's a pretty big mosque. So I didn't really know where to go because it's a lecture. I didn't know where a prayer hall is. I didn't know where they do lectures at. You know, I kind of heard about women and men got to be separated. I didn't know how serious that was. I like, oh my God, there's women in here finna run out, you know? I'm like, I'm not allowed to do that. So I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what I was really supposed to do in there. But I go in, and this is the part where I feel like God really guided me. It was like God made things so easily from on this journey because I was nervous. Like you might not be nervous in this, like if this was you in this predicament. I was nervous and like I needed like something to help me get through this. Cause I was planning on just going there, listening to the lecture, not talking to no one, and leaving. I wasn't trying to do none of that because I was nervous. I'm not even a nervous person. I talk to people. I'm talking to y'all right now. You know, it's not like I'm just shy or something. I just don't approach people like, you know. I go in there, everyone's approaching me. Everyone is so welcoming to me. Everyone's so nice. Everyone's like, hey, how are you doing? What's your name? What do you do? Like, are you new here? You Muslim? Oh, you're not Muslim? You're a Christian? Like what interests you? Whatever interests you, well, I can help you out. Just let me know. But it wasn't like pressuring me. It was just like real. Like it was genuine. Like, if you want to, like, you're clearly interested. If you're here, like, if you need help with anything, like, let me know. But yeah, like, my first real, like, interaction was, you know, as I said before, my first real thing, I was like, where I like, there's not going to be no one who look like me. You know, you might go to a mosque and you might be like, oh, like, obviously there's going to be a black person there. But, like, you know, I'm from America. I know in the North it's more common for, like, there to be African-American Muslims. But, like, in the South, not really. I wouldn't say not really. I would say more now, but that's not something I'm used to. I mean, I see that on social media, like in the North and stuff, but not in the South in America, not too much. But yeah, so first interaction I had, this black man sits right next to me with his wife. I'm just like, oh wow, God, like you did your thing with that one. This black man just sat beside me, like. So there are some of us, you know. I feel a little comfortable, you know. I loosen up a little bit. And then he sit beside me, and then as soon as he sit beside me, I'm gonna name him. We're gonna name him just Jay. We're gonna say Jay. So Jay sit beside me, and then as soon as he sit, like almost as soon as he sit down, his name's Yusuf, and there's a lot of Yusuf, so we just know to say Yusuf. Yusuf comes up to him, and he's like, "Hey, you ready to take your shahada today in front of everyone?" And he's like, "Yeah, we can do it today. We can do it after the lecture." He's like, "All right, just talk to me after, man." And then I'm like, "Whoa, oh, so like this man is black he was probably Christian before and is finna take his shahada now. Like, that's two of my things like that I was most nervous about. Like, wow, like, God, you just cleared that up. Like, instantly, like 30 seconds after I sit down, like, I hear all this. I see a black man that sits right beside me. And then I see this dude talking about his shahada. So I'm like, he's probably a Christian. So I'm like, you know, as I said, I don't really approach people. So even though I heard that, I wasn't really too much like, you know, I'm going to talk to this guy. But, you know, like, some urge in me, like, I'm telling you, bro, there's some urge in me that I don't usually have. I'm like, I got to talk to this man. So I talked to Jay. I'm like, what made you convert? And then he was like, so I was a Christian, basically, and I didn't really agree with too much other stuff. Like, it didn't make sense to me compared to Islam. And we didn't really get to talk much, but long story short, we got cut off. We couldn't talk no more. We didn't get that's all we really said. And then the lecture ended. And then basically everyone got up and went their separate ways, and I was like, I'm gonna just go home. But then I got that urge again. Cause I was planning to talk to the Youssef guy after, cause he was the guy who helped Jay with his shahada and just like learn about Islam. So I was gonna talk to him after, cause we did speak and we were like, we're gonna catch up with each other after. But then he got up, he got caught into it. You know, he noticed a lot of people there clearly, cause he was talking to other people. I had this urge again, man. Like, I was like, I gotta talk to this man again. Like, he's right there. Like, I could probably learn a lot from him. Like, he might be my source, like my well of information, you know? So I see him, like, but he's talking to people, like a group of people. I'm definitely not no type of person to approach someone like that unless it's necessary, you know? Like, something like this is not necessary. So I'm like, you know, I already approached one person. That was good enough for me. But something in me is like, you can't leave without that. So I go approach them with them people there, because, like, who cares? Like, God telling me to do this, so who really cares? You know, they Muslim too, so they're probably nice. Or they were nice, you know. Salam alaikum. And yeah, so I walk up to him. He's like, oh yeah, like Deshaun, yeah. He's like, yeah, just get my number, and like anything you have questions with, like, we could go over it. And like, we could go right now. Like, we're finna go pray. He's finna go take his shahada. You could watch him take his shahada and pray with us. So then we go to Musalla. I hope I'm saying that right. And we pray. I didn't know I was praying. Like, he was just like, you want to pray? He's like, you could pray with us. I like, if I would have known I was doing this, I would have practiced, you know? But I go, I pray, and it was crazy again. Like, it was like God was right there. It was like a little kid, like young, like he looked like 12, 11 or something like that. Maybe they're like 12, I'd say. He's so like they're like straighten up the lines and like even out the lines and close the gaps. Straighten out the lines and close the gaps. And like, I'm not really paying attention because, you know, my first time praying, like I'm focused about like, you know, like what these people finna do. Like, I gotta copy their movements. And it's this kid, like he already know what to do. And he like, come here, like gently. Like, he grabs my arm, he's like, come here. Like, just like fill in the gap. I'm like, wow, like this little 12-year-old kid just politely just helped me out. Like, I was stressing over here, like, how do I pray? Cause I wasn't expecting to pray, you know. I was expecting to go there and leave. I wasn't expecting to pray. I'm like, dang, this little kid just helped me out like that. Like, thank you. Like, God, you holding my hand again. So after that, I watched dude take a shahada. And then all these people are like coming up to him after the shahada. And they're kind of coming up to me too, because I kind of like grouped in with them, I merged in with them. And that's when I met my guy Dawood. And my guy Dawood, he was a Christian too. He's a revert, whatever you want to call it. And he was a Christian for like 21 years, like for a long time, like a devoted Christian too, like a strong Christian. Like, when he told me he went to the Vatican, I was like, whoa, like, people really do that? I didn't know people really did that. I didn't even know Christians had the pilgrimage, you know? When he told me that, I was like, wow. But yeah. And he does religious studies at his university. He goes to a Catholic university right now and is a Muslim, which is crazy. Props to Dawood. And he is a genius. Like, he is a real life genius. Like, he helps me out so much. Like, he is the reason I'm where I'm at today with this journey. Like, I'm so, like, God really put him in my life for a reason. Like, I truly believe that. Like, when I met him, I truly had knowledge beside me that I was asking for from God. Like, he really put God in, like, it's crazy to me. Like, this guy's a real life genius. He was a Christian. Like he understands where I came from. Like, he understands me being scared, like, to like lose my family or my friends or like just people, like, because you might not think you would lose family or friends about a religion, but it's like, you can tell when eyes start staring at you different, you know? So yeah, it's like he understood me in that way, and he understands the religion of Christianity to the T. Like, he'll say something, I'm like, because at first, you know, I can't trust everyone, you know? Because, you know, I kind of have like little conspiracies of my own. I'm just like, you know, I can't trust everyone. But then he's telling me these things and it just sounds too smart to me. It doesn't sound like, I'm like, wow, like, this is very smart. So I start ChatGPTing the stuff. And he's telling the truth. ChatGPT's like fact checking it. I'm like, oh, so this is truth. Like, he has books stored in his mind or something. And I was just like, this guy's a genius. And like, everything he tells me, like, it's the truth. And like, he just tells me his truth, you know? I fact check everything he tells me. And now I don't even, because like, that's my brother now, for real. Like, regardless of anything. And, you know, I've been on this journey for a minute, and like, he doesn't pressure me into like, oh, convert, you know? He's like, learn. So yeah, that's really the main thing that got me. But God held my hand the whole way through my first time at the mosque as a Christian. And he made it really comfortable for me. And I go Monday, Wednesday. I try to go just to pray, but I go every Monday and Wednesday for a lecture, a halakha. And it's saving me. Like, I would really say it's saving me. Like, it keeps me out of a lot of things I would do if I wasn't going there. It makes me feel better even after I leave. It's like, I know how to live a life with moral and value and how to be a man, like all of that. So yes, that was my first time at the mosque as a Christian. All of y'all, God bless. Thank y'all for watching my video. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next video, hopefully. Bye, y'all.